Here we are. Hello. It was the night before Christmas. Or the day after solstice, depending on how you keep track of these things. Welcome to show number 158. Here we are, once again. It does say non-commute, doesn't it? I need to turn that off, I guess, at some point. I am kind of sort of prepared. Well, tomorrow will be Christmas Eve, and I will be doing the Big McLarge Huge Christmas Eve show, and we will do that. I will fix the non-commute tag thing in the other screen. It feels like it's been such a long time that I can't even remember the fact that I had that up there, which is saying something because, well, you know, it's all just a blur. But I will be doing a Big McLarge Huge show tomorrow. I will do all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure exactly how much stuff, but I'm gonna do a lot of it. And we're gonna have fun with it, hopefully. We'll go until we just get really tired of it. That's the plan. So starting about 4:30 and going until probably about 5, about an hour's worth is what I'm generally good for. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, actually, a great deal of the time when you see that thing playing, it's because I'm scrambling around trying to get everything finished. But I know that I'm supposed to be on the air at 4:30, so here we are. Oh, my gosh. Make sure this is still tuned. I only tuned it 10 minutes ago. How badly out of tune could you get? That's a rhetorical question. Let's not consider it. By the way, in about a week, or a little less than a week, this will change color. Because I'm getting a green one. With 2 pickups. And all the strap nuts and stuff that I can lock this thing in, so we won't have to listen. You will never have to hear the single most discouraging sound that a stringed instrument player can hear, which is the sound of the headstock interacting with the earth in a way you had not intended it to do. I'll move over a little bit more. Let's do this. First song is one by my friend Quigley. If you've never heard this, and I cannot honestly recall, the tune of the just swim by, yeah, that is true. This is done by my friend Quigley, so I can't tell if that's an L or an I, but my friend from Twitch, you may or not have heard the song. We'll see. Oh, the name of the ship on which... Well, let's do it again. Name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and the crew be bold, the boast... Wow, I'm really... Let's start over. Reboot. Excuse me. Reboot. Okay. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. Got it, the captain was the toughest man whatever sailed the seas, until one thing finally struck him down, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, we sailed the briny oceans on the jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that none shall ever take his place till they find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jests, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we took to the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events as written history. But no matter where we searched inside the vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the many logs that we did find, they all did look the same. But we never once found the piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Yes, we sail the briny oceans on the jolly roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. There we go. That's been a while since I've done that, and it's got a very simple chord structure, but you can get lost in it. It's all C, F, G, occasionally C, F, C, G, C. But that is, if you've never heard that song before, you now have. And I will tell you that is one of my favorite songs to play in front of a crowd, particularly when some of them have heard the song and when some of them have not heard the song. Because the folks who have not heard the song, we get to that part and they all kind of go, and the people that have heard the song watch the people who have not heard the song and get an amazing amount of schadenfreude out of that. Yes. True story, he actually used to carry a piece of wood about this big around at fair, and he would ask people if they were letterate. That is, literate. If thou art letterate, for then perhaps thou could help us to read the captain's log. Because that kind of horrific pun and sight gag works gangbusters at fair. Oh my goodness. Oh hey, real quick, of course, our sponsor. Get yourself a monolith. Put it out where everyone can see. Yeah, get yourself a monolith. The absurdity will set you free. It doesn't really matter whose party that you're with. So let's all make it weird. Get yourself a monolith. That's right, Reese House of Monoliths. We deliver, just don't ask how. Alright, so moving right along. Yeah, I'm feeling a little... This has been a weird day because I honestly expected almost everybody that I work with not to be working. But it's the end of the year and there's a lot of stuff they got to do. And consequently, they're all finding new and exciting ways to mess with their technology. That's all right. You know why? Because we are not worried about them. You know why we're not worried about them? Because we have coffee. That's right. Kaiju Coffee, the unofficial other sponsor of the Troubadork show. Inspired by this cartoon right over here. That one. from Cat's Cafe, which you can find on Tumblr and on Facebook and on Twitter and a bunch of other places. A great deal of fun. When I saw this, I had to write a song for it, and this is definitely in the 70s rock mode, because it starts like this. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, helps them not fall asleep. From the depths of the sea to the city downtown, Kaiju gotta get up and start roaming around. But that decades-long slumber is real hard to shake off. What they need is a gallon of that bubbling black stuff. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, helps them not fall asleep. Just because you're a giant don't mean that you don't have needs. Sometimes some liquid ambition helps you perform great deeds. You gotta level a city first thing in the AM. You need a tank-sized latte, get you going again. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kaiju Cafe, helps them not fall asleep. Giant robots need fuel, and man, a kaiju does too. Gotta have a big jolt from 10 gallons of brew. Kaiju cannot breathe fire if their stove isn't lit. Chuck down a macchiato and their flame will not quit. Kaiju, Kerchunka, Kerchunka, Kaiju Cafe, rising up from the deep. Kaiju, Kerchunka, Kerchunka, Kaiju Cafe, helps them not fall asleep. Kaiju, blackout pyro, the end of the show, but we're not. The show's not over. We're not done. I always feel better when I do that song. One ground kaiju makes a lot of coffee. No kaiju were harmed in the making of this cartoon or this song. Yes! So, some things happened yesterday. We had gutters put on the house, which is kind of a big deal if you are a person who has a house and live anywhere where it rains. And here in Texas, especially in South Texas, it does rain just all at once. It just kind of goes, okay, you've been rained on. Happy? And because Texas is mostly flat, with a slight tilt toward the Gulf of Mexico, dealing with all that extra water is a good thing. Yes. So we had some gutters put on around the lower parts of the house so that when we step out, we're not immediately in a waterfall. And we're going to do some other stuff like rain catchment barrels and a couple more gutter installations. And they're this really gorgeous copper color. Not actual copper, but copper. It's a copper finish. So it will not, in fact, tarnish or patina. But that's okay because it still looks really, really, really awesome. A long time ago, back when we lived in California, we had a house. And we put copper gutters on, actual copper gutters, because we could at that time. This was back in the 90s. And then we got, it was 2004? Okay, there it was, right in the early 2000s. And then in 2005, we got the alert that we were moving because the job was moving to Oregon, so we had to sell the house. It's like, okay, copper gutters, that's a good thing. People will want that. And then our realtor, in a well-meaning but ultimately silly effort to make the house as attractive as possible, which during the real estate bubble, anything that had a front door and a lock was considered a house. They painted over the copper gutters. They painted them white. I'm still a little bitter about that. I don't think the current owners of the house know those are copper gutters in there. Because if they took off all that paint, it'd probably look pretty awesome. I should also mention, because I like to put this in the middle now instead of at the end, that we have a very, very insane project called THUD Bucket, which is death metal you can laugh at, which is available right now anywhere that you listen to music. So it's on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and Google Music and Amazon Music and CD Baby and Bandcamp, and it's everywhere. You can check it out. We even have like a Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel. We have one video out right now called Ominous Positivity, where Thud Bucket wants you to feel better about yourself, or else. And we're working on another video right now. Just myself and my friend Ron, separated by half a continent and an awful lot of dirt and yet we're still doing it. THUD Bucket, check it out. It costs nothing to listen to any of these things. It costs slightly more to buy any of the product. It's pretty fun. We like it. So let's go to the next song, which I have to check my notes on because, one, I'm tired. And sometimes I forget these things. And two, I actually put a new verse in this about a month ago. I put a new verse into Platypus Postman, which is one of the first songs I ever wrote for this confusing and hard to explain endeavor that I do here, the Troubadork show. And I saw this like, wow, I really need to write a song about this. It was one of the first things I saw on the internet. I was like, ooh, I gotta write a song. It's another Cat's Cafe cartoon. So you can see I feel real strongly about Cat's Cafe. This one is much more of a, I think, Tom, you said it was more of a Fish kind of vibe, kind of that kind of jam band. It has actual facts in it, though. Platypus Postman. Platypus Postman. Neither rain nor snow nor sleet nor hail can make the Platypus Postman fail. Even in a flood he's still not stuck, 'cause the Platypus Postman swims like a duck. We should have a beach ball. Platypus Postman. Platypus Postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat. Yeah, they never sink because of their webbed feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus Postman. Platypus Postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the Platypus Postman glows in the dark. It's the darndest thing that you'd ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent green. Platypus Postman. Platypus Postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a mono tree. That's a fact, folks. Platypus Postman. Platypus Postman. Believe in the Platypus Postman. He's got my mail. Platypus Postman. And yes, I do know that we have, that they are venomous. Not poisonous, venomous. Technically, well, I don't know if they're poisonous or not. Don't eat platypi, by the way. Don't. I don't care if the Catholic Church said the beaver tails did count as fish during Lent back in the 1600s. Just don't eat platypi. They're too darn cute. Apparently, they do have venomous spurs, but only, I think only the males, I think it was. I am learning more and more about platypi as I continue to perform this song, because people volunteer platypus information unto me. I don't know. Maybe I have to get like a Perry the Platypus hat when I'm doing the song or something like that. I'm not sure. But here we are. Yes. Could be imagine platypi. What would, considering how Imagine Dragons sounds, Imagine Platypi would be, wow, how would we even make that sound different? I don't know. Probably has more production than I'm currently capable of. Speaking of production, though, I am working on getting some things mixed. I have a friend of mine who has volunteered to take this dubious task upon himself in exchange for me recording like actual songs, actual tracks that he can mix. We might actually have an album before the end of 2021, and I don't know if I can use the word actually anymore in this particular paragraph, so I'm going to stop using it. There we go. The last song of this show Last song of the show before Christmas. It's a strange time. It's a very strange year. And my goal is just to do silly, goofy stuff and give people a chance to sit back and maybe, put their brains in neutral and relax and enjoy themselves. And be silly. Because being silly starts out as a defense mechanism, but could easily become a way of life. Fernando. Anyway, I'm not doing Fernando today. I did Fernando earlier. Probably doing Fernando tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm just going to play everything I like until we're all good and sick of it. But today, this song might get played again tomorrow, I don't know. But today, by God, we're doing it. If I was going to audition for America's Got Talent again, because I have auditioned for America's Got Talent twice now as Tobias the Adequate, the musician, and actually made it to like the second round in both cases, but I didn't really know what I was doing, so I didn't have more stuff. They actually want more stuff. And when you're a magician, if you want to have more stuff, you got to drag more stuff with you. And on the other hand, as a musician, you don't have to get another instrument, just do another song. Even though there are some songs I do better on other instruments, but that's beside the point. So this would be the one that I would do if I was doing America's Got Talent. It finally happened to me, I found someone. Yeah, I didn't think it could come true, but I found me a life companion, so the same thing could happen to you. I mean, our life together is wonderful. I think we're gonna get serious soon. We really got a good thing going, but it gets real freaky when we had a full moon. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. It's like I'm awake in a beautiful daydream, yo. They really have improved my days. I mean, really startled they found me here. Guess I'll have to see how all this plays. They do all kinds of cute things that I adore. This relationship is gonna go far. I mean, I get all squishy when they stick their head out of the window when we're driving my car. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. Now, I ain't saying that things are perfect here. You know the challenges will always be there. But we work our way through our problems now, and it usually kinda all turns out fair. I mean, I don't like finding my partner now, so I learned me this one little trick. If things get angry and we get into a fight, all I gotta do to win is throw a stick. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. With me. Ooh. So now you know the whole darn crazy story here. How my life is just flipped right upside down. And while I might not sound like my mind's too clear, gotta know that I ain't wearing a frown. I mean, I know that I hit me the jackpot, y'all. That's the reason why I'm singing this song. And although we know it could take a lot of work, there's a single little thing that's gone right. Oh, wow, crunchy. Ah. Hairball. I'm dating a werewolf. Oh, yes, it's true. I'm dating a werewolf. I feel a woo. So we come staggering in sideways, bearing a road cone and an unattributable bruise, to the end of another Troubadork show. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm assuming there's a number of you watching. There's a little indicator on the console screen over there that tells me roughly how many people are watching, but apparently there's some vulgarities in there, so I just assume that there's at least more than -5 people watching me right now, and that's how I hold this up. Thank you all for hanging out. We are going to do our best to continue to keep things going for as long as it is possible to go. And a lot of it is going to be bearing on some new things that have happened in my life. I'm getting a promotion. I'm finally going to be in charge of something that I have actively fought for about 30 years, but no, I'm going to be in a position of not only responsibility, but also authority. So not only do I get to get blamed, but I also get to tell people to do things. And that's all right. And there's also a larger office I'm going to move into because I got a lot of crap that I got to do in the day job when I'm actually physically there. But we will continue to do this one way or the other, even if it just turns into a weekly thing, or if we do this like every other day, like Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll figure it out. We got this far. We will continue forward because that's the only option we really have. So let's do the little commercial things, of course. Got the tip jars over here, paypal.com and Venmo. Both are the adequate. And I want to thank Eric and Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda for dropping some bucks in the bucket and supporting adequacy in our lifetime. I want to thank my small yet mighty army of Patreon peeps who are continuing to amaze me. I'm going to read the list backwards this time. Lorene and Brian and John and Richard and Kaylee and BK and Relly and Alicia and Rob and Stephen and Ann and Linda and Shay and Teppo and Chris and Austin for being my Party On, Party Down Patreon peeps. The $2 a month level gets you free ad space. $2 or higher. If you want me to advertise something that you do or know somebody who does or want to promote, down here. As a matter of fact, Paper Angel Press and Practical Content are in fact going to be publishing the reprint of Artisanal Gibberish Volume 1, and Artisanal Gibberish Volume 2 is coming in 2021. I have had the book written for a while. It's just that I've finally been able to convince Lorene, my editor, to look at it. So there's that. Carpe Diem Comics is, of course, the official emotional support comic shop of the Tobias the Adequate everything. The Adequate Company in general and the entire enterprise. The Overtime Theater is your host for live, local, and original theater in San Antonio, and they are doing a Christmas Carol radio play. Check them out at otsatx.org. I did mention Thud Bucket. The archives are over here at facebook.com and twitch.tv/Tobias the Adequate. YouTube.com/MPLEGARE has the Troubadork playlist, which is almost but not quite caught up, but all the videos are there anyway. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre has a lot of recorded stuff, including the demo I did for I Couldn't Run Away with a Fae, and in another couple of days I'll be dropping a couple more things, including the incredibly silly Fish Puncher the Octopus. It's a very short song, but it's also very weird. Ask Philo, the final episode of that dropped last week, but you can catch up on all of that at anchor.fm/theadequate, which also has all of the Adequate podcasts. And way back in the back, the very beginning of time on that stream is the live studio performances of Thrash Crankshaft PI Dun Dun. And da-da. And I may edit that a little bit here and there, and as well all the Adequate podcast stuff and the What's Cool in Comics that I did with Shadow for 2 years. We'll probably have to tidy that up at some point. I mentioned Thud Bucket. Yeah, Thud Bucket. Just tell your friends. It'll confuse them. It's very loud. I am already very famous in a small amount, and I do not need to be spammed by spaminator bots. You, I love you. I block you. Aloha. All right. That's everything. That is about that, folks. Tomorrow, Big McLarge Huge show. If you want me to do specific songs in the Big McLarge Huge shows, I am open to suggestions. I will have no plans. The description will just say Big McLarge Huge show. I have no idea what I'm doing. I may not go back and edit to add what songs I'm doing in the show, so we're just going to wing it. We'll do it live, because we can improvise, because we're like that. Yeah, I turned the heater down a little bit because it's actually up in the 70s out here, which does not say Christmas time to me. Maybe I'm weird. Anyway, that's enough out of me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Wear a mask when you go out. Be safe. Take care of y'all, because I need y'all. Without y'all, I am a guy emoting into a piece of technology that's just getting scattered in electrons throughout the universe. And if someone does a live show like this and there's no one watching, does it really have a meaning? Honestly. Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Also, I want to thank everybody who watches this thing in reruns, because I know y'all do, because I watch the view counts go up. Thank you. Everybody who watches this show adds years to my life. In the middle. The good part. Not that crap at the end. Alright. That's it. Y'all been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. And yes, I will be doing Aggro Santa tomorrow, because it's got a chorus line in it that starts with, I got punched in the face by Santa, and what says Christmas more than that? Y'all take care.